Hello. So hello guys, welcome to Cricket 360, and this is Sports with Ruzu with me, your host of the show, Rohit Juglad. So this is all the way from India. As I mentioned, the location is Noida. So we'll talk about a few things about cricket, and as I mentioned there in the tags, that we will talk about a different kind of record created by Craig Bradford. And who can forget his wonderful innings at the T20 World Cup final in Eden Gardens of Kolkata, where he hit that four sixes and made West Indies the only team in the cricketing world to win it twice in the T20 World Cup. But here he created a different kind of record by playing both innings as coming as an opening batsman, and no one can dismiss him. He is un-outable there and hitting a century in the first innings, and not out half century in the second one, and then you know making it a 2-1 at the end. So West Indies won the third match, continued to win the series. Pakistan clinched it with 2-1, but a great innings by Craig Bradford, and he is the only batsman in the history of Test cricket, by the only opening batsman in the history of Test cricket, un-outable, playing both the innings and you know going not out as an opening batsman in both the innings. So he is there, and he made it quite clear that if he is there, he's gonna cross the line for West Indies. So, after T20, he did it in Test cricket. So this is all about Craig Bradford. But when you go down to the second tagline, we came to know a very controversial issue in Indian cricket going on from quite some time now, and it was between Yodha Penny and BCCI about releasing the funds before the India versus England Test series. Starting from 9th of November, starting from 9th of November from Rajkot, but still there are some issues about the financial irregularities, and it's mostly because you know, the committee has said that you can't raise fund for the state associations, and there are some doubts in the mind of BCCI, especially on the mind of Tom Brass, that how you know they can go on with the series without financial transactions. So they have written something to Lodha panel, and Lodha panel had also replied to their messages. But the more important thing here is that it's not about a week now from the commencement of the first test, and there is still a MOU to be signed between India and England, the Memorandum of Understanding, which is there before any series got underway. So it's still there pending because BCCI have irregular because BCCI have irregularities with some financial problem, and they are fighting it out with Lodha panel. So MOU still pending, and series is starting from 9th of November. We'll give you all the updates, and we'll give you all the developments related to this, but this is the current news that MOU still pending, Memorandum of Understanding, a formal document before the commencement of any series in the cricketing world. So moving ahead from the MOU, it's Ravi Chandran Ashwin. And we are all talking about Ravi Chandran Ashwin from now last couple of years, from that Australian series, that how he has changed as a bowler, how he has evolved as a bowler, and talking point in all the series. Man of the series in Sri Lanka, coming back to South Africa, again man of the series, and then flying away all the way to West Indies, He hit 2 centuries. He picked up wickets there. He bagged another man of the series. He equaled Sachin Tendulkar and Virendra Sehwag. If you talk about the most man of the series award for an Indian, and now after completing the New Zealand series, he bagged seventh one, and he is now topping that list of the Indians receiving the most men of the series awards. So Ravichandran Ashwin is there, but today's point is not about how many men of the series on his name, but today's point is a more a more satisfying, or what we can say, a good point from an Indian point of view. And if you are an Ashwin fan, believe me, after hearing this fact or after knowing this numbers and this different kind of figures, you'll be pretty sure that pick he can pick up another Man of the Series award after this England one, because he has picked up most number of batsmen in his career who are left-handers. Most wickets for Ravichandran Ashwin. If you compare it with right-handers and compared with them as left-handed, you'll find that Ravichandran Ashwin has picked up more left-handers comparing to right-handers. So there are five batsmen in the top seven of the English batting order, and it's Alistair Cook, it's Gary Balance there, it's Ben Stokes there, it's Moeen Ali there, and one of another, Ben Deck is there. So, and he has picked up four times. Alistair Cook. They played against six times with each other, and he's picked him up four times. So Ashwin really gonna, you know, really can be a big problem for English players. This is a good number and a good sign that there are some five or six batsmen in the lineup. If you take the whole of the England 11 players, and most importantly, the seven batsmen, the top seven batsmen, the five are left-handed. So Ashwin must be looking and waiting for this tour to be kick off. So this is a data, this is a number, or this is a real, stat, or we can say a real story for Ashwin, where he can work and take out something important from it and work on it and get give more success to India and to himself. So this is all about Ashwin, but what we can learn from England and Bangladesh, it's all about that Mehndi Hassan picking up 19 wickets in two test matches. That also tell you that how much struggling Indian batsmen in front of a spinner. And it's not only about Mehndi Hassan, it's also about Shakib Al Hasan, who's picked up a five in the second test match, and he has also bowled well against some quality batsmen. And when I'm talking about quality batsmen, it's about Alistair Cook, it's about Gary Balance, it's about Ben Stokes, and many others in this English lineup. So they are struggling against spinners, and that's good shine not only for Virat Kohli as a captain, but Ravichandran Ashwin, Ravindra Jadeja, and Amit Mishra. So a good lesson they can learn from the tour of Bangladesh, what India can learn. This is all about Indians. And now, if we move on, and if we came to a next level, there's a good fight going on in the ICC Test rankings. And let me open my Twitter account for this. And if you want to follow me, you can just have to write Rohit, that is Rohit Juglan, Juglan, that is Rohit Juglan, and just at the rate before Rohit. So you can find me on Twitter at the rate Rohit Juglan. But it's not about me, it's about Mohandas Menon, the statman, you can say. And he has always produced some great numbers. And what he has produced today is again a phenomenal data, and I would like you to go through this. And it's a great fight. Look, India topping the test rankings with 113 points, Australia with 112 at number 2, Pakistan with 112 at number 3, and England 106 at number 4. So Australia versus South Africa. If Australia win it 3-0, India versus England drawn, and New Zealand versus Pak. If Pak win it 2-0. So that's how the standings come along. So it's all about how can these teams can go neck by neck, because it's only about a single point. If you talk about the first three, that is India, Australia, and Pakistan, because India is on 113, Australia 112, Pakistan 112, and then England 106, 6 points away from Pakistan. When you talk about India, England, and Pakistan, it's about India, Australia, and Pakistan. It's just a difference of one single point. So it's a good fight going on between these teams, and this will really give a this will really increase the competitiveness of the Test cricket and give Test matches some more audience with this kind of competition in between. So this is all about the Test rankings and the great match that just took place in Perth. And I've already talked about Mitchell Starc, that stats are on his side. And what can South Africa do from here? They have the chance to create history, but on the very first day, the showman is Mr. Starc. He picked up 4 wickets. There are other bowlers also who they did also well, like the Hazelwood. He picked up 3. There's Siddle who picked wickets, but Mitchell Starc is the pick of the bowlers, because he came back from that injury, and all eyes are on him after sensational World Cup 2015, and coming back from the injury. All eyes are expecting something great from him, and he delivered on the first day. And there are some quality batsmen in South African lineup, and, but no one addresses there in front of his pace, his swinging abilities, his consistency. You can talk a lot of things about the bowling of Mitchell Starc, but one thing you can say that he's the showman there. And then Australia replying pretty well without losing a wicket, over 100 bowlers there. So everything good for Australia after the first day of cricket. South Africa bundled out in the first day. So this is all of from the Sports 360. We have other stories also, like a comical run out in the West Indies Pakistan game. There's stories about how things went wrong for Sri Lanka, and there are stories about all what's happening on the T20 leagues and the domestic circuit of the Indian domestic leagues. But we'll talk about that later. But this is the first program on YouTube live streaming. This is with me, Sports with Rosu, and I've given you some details about the Cricket 360, starting from that how Brathwaite creates history, coming back to how MOU is still pending there between India and England. And after that, we have talked about Ashwin. How can he be? Uh, he can make more. How can he can trouble more of the English batsmen? And then coming back to what can Indians learn from the New Zealand versus beg your pardon, New Zealand again. Apologies, because this is the first time I'm going on here with YouTube. What can we learn from Bangladesh versus England? And coming back all the way to the ICC Test rankings, interesting fight there going on between India, Australia, and Bangladesh. Yeah, sorry, again, India, Australia, and Pakistan. There is a difference of 1 point. And finally, we talked about how mission started the showman on the first day of the first test in Perth. So that's all for today. Thank you, and I'll get back to you in the next episode, and we'll give you some more updates, not only about sports, not only about cricket, but also about other sports. But this is all for today. Thank you, and have a nice day. Thank you for listening to me so patiently. Thank you.